Happy Father's Day to every man around the world. Just want to come in quickly to say Happy Father's Day to every man, to every king, and especially during this time of this pandemic and everything that we've been going through this protest, bringing us back into remembrance into the 60s and also going through the depression into the 30s. I want to give honor to my grandfather, Walter Dunning, who has been truly a blessing to our family, who is from Selma, Alabama, who have went on home to glory, but left a legacy. And I want to give honor to my kings, which is my sons, who have been a blessing into my life, who also has been a blessing to others that they have touched.
Hi everyone. I, Michael Letman, would like to say this to my father. Happy Father's Day! My father, you have done very well for me and my siblings. And you did very well giving your son here a good haircut, shaving up my beard, and shaving up my mustache. Thank you, my father, as I wish for you to have a good, happy Father's Day, as I am your high-functioning autistic son. That is all.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. This is being brought to you by BRIC Arts Media. I am a community producer there. They're allowing me to put this on the television. So, happy Father's Day. I hope it is awesome. Be well, do well, be blessed. Colette, signing out. Love you much.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
And do you want to say something special to your dad?
It's special. Something special about my dad is how he takes me places that are fun, and he does lots of fun things with me.
What is one of the fun things that he showed you how to do?
He showed me how to make a snow globe.
A snow globe?
Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Okay, well, tell your father that you love him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Guess not.
I love you, Dad.
Oh, that's so sweet. What's your dad's name?
What's your dad's name?
That's their name.
Lamont. Okay, well, happy Father's Day to Lamont. Thanks for coming for the Father's Day shout out.
Thank you.
See you. No problem. See ya.
All right, see you.
I'd like to give a shout out to my dad for being my dad, for always being there for me when I needed him, and always supporting me in whatever dreams I've had.
Oh, that's so nice. What's your dad's name?
Keith.
Keith? Okay, so Mr. Keith, your daughter over here loves you and just gave you a really nice shout out. Okay, so you go ahead, love, enjoy, and happy Father's Day to your old man, who's very supportive.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
Hi, Dad. Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much for checking in with me and Mom during the quarantine and before then. I miss you so much. I hope I can see you real soon. I hope you can visit New York, or I can visit Canada or Haiti. Here's a little song for you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day, dear Daddy. Happy Father's Day to you. My dad's an architect. He can build cool houses. He's great at his job. Happy Father's Day to you. Love you, Dad. Adios.
Happy Father's Day, everyone. My name is Elisa Nan, and I work with BRIC's Brooklyn Free Speech TV network. Thank you so much for tuning in for our annual Father's Day shoutouts. So I just wanted to start off by saying, when was Father's Day started? Why do we celebrate Father's Day? So according to my laptop, which I am going to turn to the left now, so excuse my eyes not looking at you, I'm working from home. The first Father's Day was celebrated on June 19th, 1910, in the state of Washington. And however, it wasn't until 1972, 58 years later, when President Woodrow Wilson made Mother's Day official. So I think it's important that we celebrate dads. I had a wonderful dad. I also had a really, really great uncle who I will be shouting out shortly. So I guess I'll start with my dad. One of my fondest memories, my dad died when I was 5. And one of my fondest memories of him was the Mr. Softy ice cream truck. So anyone who's a New Yorker, like a true New Yorker, you know about the ice cream truck and it rolling around with all the music, but specifically the Mr. Softy truck. So the Mr. Softy truck would go around. I would get, and we would go out when I was a kid. I don't know. I have like these crazy memories of childhood. So I remember sporadic things. So I remember I had Roger Rabbit sheets. I don't know. Anyway, okay, I digress. Okay, back to fathers. So he would take me out and we'd go to the Mr. Softy ice cream truck. And at that time we lived on East 18th Street and between Albemarle and Beverly, which is Flatbush. And he would take me out. We would go to the truck. I would get a vanilla ice cream cone with rainbow sprinkles. To this day, as a grown person, that is what I still get. It's just good. It's the best. But I only go to Mr. Softy because if you know about any other ice cream truck, it's like the sprinkles, it's just weird. It just leaves this weird taste in your mouth. So no, I must only go to Mr. Softy. So thank you, Father, for inspiring and putting in a love of ice cream and rainbow sprinkles for me as a kid. I think some other memories of he was just always really sweet and kind and nice, and I could sense and feel the love that he had for me. As I'm sure with you watching at home, I'm sure you have similar stories. And even if it's not your own dad, there could be your like a dad. So in addition to my dad, who passed away, like I said, when I was 5, I also had a like a dad who was my Uncle Butchie. So his first name was Manny, last name Whiteside. And but everyone in the neighborhood, we grew up, I grew up in Flatbush, Brooklyn, and then my mom and I, we moved to Kings Highway. We moved to a house there. We moved to East 7th Street. Then I moved downtown Brooklyn, but I spent a lot of time with my grandmother and my Uncle Butchie in Crown Heights, the Albany houses. And so got to spend a lot of time. He would play music. He loved DVDs. He just loved DVDs. And he always loved joking with me as I got older of saying that he's in charge, right? I'm in charge. And I'm like, Uncle Butchie, no, I'm in charge. It's very, very sweet back and forth banter. And then as I got older, he'd say, it's a suggestion. I can't speak. It's a suggestion, baby. And I'm like, okay, Uncle Butchie. But he was just great. There were 5 of them. Yes, my grandmother had 5 kids. So she had my Uncle Butchie. She had my Uncle Fred. She had Uncle George, Uncle Tim, and then my mom. And so there would be this constant back and forth and banter and bickering and, but fun, like sibling style of just like jokes. I didn't specifically have that because I grew up as an only child. And so Uncle Butchie really instilled this super thick skin of like not letting things, get to me because I was an only kid. But I have nothing but the fondest memories of him. He was just the best. He always had my back. He was always special and kind and made me laugh. One of the things that I would do with my Uncle Butchie and my Uncle Fred, there's this diner downtown Brooklyn, and so we would have Sunday breakfast together. And I wouldn't trade that time for anything in the world. It was the best thing. So to my dad and to my like a dad, Uncle Butchie and Uncle and my dad, I love you and I appreciate you immensely. Thank you for all that you did to make sure that I came out to be, pretty okay. I want to move on to talk about another like a dad to me, Mr. Henry Flary, who's just wonderful. known Mr. Flary since I was 15, and then he came to my Sweet 16 with Miss Stephanie and my sort of like little brother and sisters, Deanna and Simone and Philip. They wanted to send a special shout out to their dad, who's my like a dad, Mr. Flary. And so they said, "Happy Father's Day, Dad. We all got together to make a photo of you," which I just thought was the sweetest thing. So here's that photo. It's the three of them getting together, which is just super sweet. And Mr. Flary, I hope you have a wonderful special day, or like I'll call him second dad. I hope you have a wonderful and happy and special day. Happy Father's Day. Moving on, I wanted to I got my shout out of the way. I wanted to read two poems. The first one I'll read is by a sweet little girl named Shirley Graham. That was, yeah, I'm not ignoring you. I'm working from home, so I'm looking at the camera right now, but then my laptop is to the left, so I need to glance over. So I'm going to do that again to read the poem. Okay, so my daddy is a mountain. My daddy is a sea. My daddy smiles again and again. I love my daddy, and I know he loves me. 'Cause my daddy is a ray of light that warms a winter's eve. My daddy is very special to me. I could not live without my daddy, as he could not live without me. I wanted to say thank you to little Charlie. I found this poem online and it just really spoke to me. I just thought it was super sweet and beautiful and just everything. So I just wanted to say that poem and acknowledge Charlie. So thank you, Charlie. And then the next poem, as I mentioned earlier, I lost my father and also my Uncle Butchie. So my Uncle Butchie, my Uncle Tim, my dad. So through everything that's going on in the world right now, COVID-19, two pandemics really, right? Racism, new civil rights movement, and then COVID-19. There's a lot of loss. There's been a tremendous amount of loss, not just in the United States, but across the globe. And so I wanted to take the time to acknowledge that and say that I know. And so I just wanted to take the time to read a poem that I found online for anyone who at this moment needs to hear these words. Father's Day poem. You never said I'm leaving. You never said goodbye. You were gone before I knew it. Only God knew why. A million times I needed you. A million times I cried. If love alone could have saved you, you never would have died. In life, I loved you dearly. In death, I love you still. In my heart, you hold a special place that no one could ever fill. It broke my heart to lose you, but you didn't go alone. For part of me went with you. The day, I'll say in this poem it says God, but you could insert that with the day that Allah took you home. You could insert that with the day that any religion that you were taken home. So I just want to make sure that I'm respectful of different practices and different traditions, and you can insert that with anyone, anything. So I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to acknowledge all of the fathers, not just the fathers, but the fathers and stepfathers and uncles and cousins and mentors and big brothers and strangers who end up becoming, having an impact on someone's life. And then also the like a dads. Not everyone has their father, Their father may not be in their lives, or they lost their father, or whatever the circumstances are. I want to acknowledge you and to say thank you to you. Because I had a dad, and I also had several like a dads who I mentioned in this video. So happy Father's Day from all of us at Brooklyn Free Speech TV. We love you tremendously. We thank you for watching, and have a blessed day. Thank you. Bye.